Hi guys and welcome to another edition of Smackdown! Spoilers, guys! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your support. We are now 900 subscribers strong. Thank you so much for your support. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Smackdown spoilers will be here. I'll be covering every single week. We got a show to cover right now. You know exactly what happens. I react to what happened on SmackDown. I give my opinion, and I might go a little bit crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, yes, let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. So let's get into it. SmackDown spoilers. WWE SmackDown tapings for your results on the 8th of the 27th, 2015. WWE taped its August 27th WWE SmackDown episode in Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence, Rhode Island. Here are your full WWE SmackDown spoilers. Bray Wyatt and Luke, well, at least there's no Seth Rollins. Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper kick off SmackDown in the ring with a promo on Baron Strowman. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose come out and have words with them, but there's no fight. Fuck, I'd rather have Seth Rollins cut a promo. What a waste of time that was. I don't see a point in kicking off SmackDown like that, but like I said, WWE has stated they don't really give a shit about SmackDown now. It's really just, I mean, I wouldn't even say it's a B show. Some people think SmackDown's a B show. For me, it's a C show. I would even say NXT is better than SmackDown. I would even say, NXT is probably better than some of the Raws that's been going down. But, ladies and gentlemen, yes, let's get into the other. Wow, they should have kicked it off with this. The Dudleys versus the Ascension is first. The Ascension cut a heel promo before the match, ripping the Dudleys. The Dudleys win with the 3D, and the New Day come out and taunt them with signs after the match. Victor gets put through a table. Very good. I'm glad what they're doing with the Dudleys. It's good to see that they're putting people through tables. I thought that whenever Raw came on, they only were going to do it a one-off, but it's very good that the Dudleys are, they're basically, obviously it's going to be more watered down because obviously, back in the day when they were against Jeff Hardy and Edge and Christian, they were going fucking completely ballistic. I mean, one of the very first pay-per-views I ever seen was the Royal Rumble, where you seen the Dudleys versus the Hardy Boys. By the way, check out that pay-per-view. It was awesome because Taz debuted in it and fucking choked out Kurt Angle. It was absolutely amazing. But anyway, Neville versus Kevin Owens is next. Owens cuts a backstage promo before the match and won with a pop-up powerbomb. I'm a bit worried about Neville. I think Neville will be jobbing, and that's unfortunate. I can't see him. Like I said, the problem is right now with these new NXT talents is that they cannot be on the main show now because there's no title to compete for. Seth Rollins has the United States Championship. It does look like Ryback's going to be getting an Intercontinental Championship push, so essentially you have that mid-card region. Now, what's really good about the tag team division is that you have the Dudleys, so it actually gives us a reason to watch the tag team division. However, this mid-card stuff, and I've said this on many occasions, there's no investment, there's no high risk. And I think if WWE want to compensate for the mid-card, they need to add solid storylines to the mid-card on top of their main event talent. And that's what I personally believe, because these guys are the future. And if WWE does believe that these NXT guys, these former NXT guys moving to the main roster are the future, they need to invest storylines involved in them. And that's the main problem I have. Your backstage segment with the Bella Twins, fuck's sake. To turn Charlotte and Becky Lynch against Paige since she's away at Tough Enough. Complete waste of time that is, I like Becky Lynch, because she's Irish. I'm a bit biased in that type of way. But, Charlotte, as I previously stated, the reports were coming out that John Cena cost Charlotte's Divas Championship run. The reports were saying that John Cena went backstage to speak to Vince McMahon and stopped her push. WWE plans right now for Nikki Bella to have a longer title reign than AJ Lee. I'm sure you all know AJ Lee left. CM Punk said in an MMA interview that AJ Lee was treated like shit. and WWE yet again are going to be treating her like shit, you know, again. I have heard reports that WWE are planning to overtake CM Punk's title run, to have a major push. The original plans were Brock Lesnar, but they are planning for someone to overtake CM Punk's title reign, and beat his record, which I'm not too happy about, but hey, you know, it's WWE for you. Dolph Ziggler and Ryback defeated Rusev and Big Show. Tensions between Rusev and Show led to Show knocking out Rusev out after Ziggler was about to put away in the accolade. Ziggler took advantage and got the pin. Completely pointless. The only good thing about this is, if this is the case, I'd like to see Dolph Ziggler move on from the Rusev thing and the Lana thing. I think Dolph Ziggler, you know, he's almost in the lower card. Some people may say he's in the mid card, but he's not in and amongst the Kevin Owens, the Cesaros. They're getting the real, you know, in that middle of Raw, they're getting more of a push. This is the problem we have here. Dolph Ziggler, after the Rusev thing, where does he go? Does he compete against Ryback for the Intercontinental Championship? It's going to be interesting to see what happens to Dolph Ziggler's career. And I think WWE need to pay more respect to Dolph Ziggler because, as I'm sure you're all aware, he re-signed to the WWE. And I really, you know, hope they do something good with his career. But like I said, I've been very vocal on this. I'm not a big fan of the Dolph Ziggler-Rusev bullshit. I think it's horseshit. I think it's wrong. And I'm not invested in it. And I previously said, if you want to see a love story, you know, go watch fucking 50 Shades of fucking Grey. You know, but anyway. Sheamus defeated Dean Ambrose after the match. The Wyatt family came out and beat up Dean and Roman Reigns. SmackDown ended with the Wyatt standing over Reigns and Ambrose. Okay, so a lot of you are probably wondering why Sheamus defeated Dean Ambrose. The reports are saying that they are looking to push Sheamus to make him more stronger. I previously said on many hangouts, I was even on Dark Horse Danielson's hangout as well, and I was on other hangouts where I've clearly stated that people were saying, you know, Jerry, what's your honest opinion about Sheamus? We know you're Irish, but, you know, give your honest opinion. What do you think? I think as of now, Sheamus, if he cashed it in, he'd probably lose. This is the problem we have here. Sheamus does not look like a legitimate threat. And I think that if WWE generally wants Sheamus to win, he needs to win more matches. He needs to win more feuds. He needs to look stronger so he can become a legitimate champion. I think what they need to do is what they did with Sheamus when he debuted. You know, I'm sure you all remember when Sheamus debuted, he beat up Jerry Lawler in Madison Square Garden. He fucking terrorized people. He was fucking ballistic. He was apeshit. He was a legitimate badass. I think they need to go back to that. Sheamus doing these kind of on and off fucking mid-card matches, it doesn't give him any legitimacy. I think he needs to beat a legitimate champion before he competes for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I think Sheamus should compete against John Cena before cashing in, because if he beats John Cena, then that means people will say, well, hey, he's clearly championship material. But as it stands right now, he isn't. And that's all I really gotta say about SmackDown spoilers. All in all, SmackDown, some bits are very good. I would check out the Dudley Boys match. Oh yeah, and also Seth Rollins cut a promo on Sting on their WWE World Heavyweight title match at Night of Champions. But like I said, we all know Seth Rollins' promos are running a bit stale. It's getting a bit boring. What should you watch out for? Personally, for me, watch the Dudleys versus the Ascension. Other than that, skip the fucking rest. The only thing I would say is probably check out the new guy from the Wyatt family. It'll be interesting to see what happens. As far as I'm aware, this new guy was only on NXT a few times. He's barely unknown, which is very uncommon. Usually WWE would have them in NXT or other development stuff to have like kind of feuds where people can get familiar with. This guy literally has come out of the blue. Like I said, he's only had 1 or 2 NXT matches. He's really unknown, but what I'm hearing very good things from the hardcore fans and also from the mainstream fans as well. They're saying that the guy is very good in the ring. He does look like a legitimate badass. This is something that wrestling fans have been wanting for a while. There are wrestling fans that don't like the small guys getting over, beating up the big guys. So this is kind of a callback to that. Now you have Ryback, who looks like a legitimate badass. Now you have this new guy in the Wwe family that's looking like a legitimate badass. So hopefully them fans are happy now with this. But guys, we actually have some extra details right now. Some very bad news actually on WWE Raw. I know, very surprising. WWE Raw viewership disappointingly drops after SummerSlam. WWE did a 3.72 million viewers last night after SummerSlam, down from last week with 3.78 million views. The week before that, viewership had been 3.84 million views. WWE will be mainly disappointed with their decline. It was only a slight drop, but the expectation had been for a huge rise in viewers. After the shock ended with the SummerSlam special on Sunday, the lure of getting answers from Undertaker and Brock Lesnar ended up doing nothing for the numbers. The show was only just above the SummerSlam average. The 3 hours are as follows. The first hour was 3.61. The next star was 3.79, and the last star was 3.76. A lot of you kind of wanted to know. Oh yes, it was unadvertised returns of Sting, Flair, and the Dudley Boys made no difference. The question WWE have asked themselves is, why did the numbers improve? It must be frustrating because playing the Lesnar Undertaker angle, they must have thought that it was a bankable ratings lure. On paper, those two wrestlers and their contents of their SummerSlam finish should have resulted in a bigger Raw viewership. It could be the case that fans neither don't care or they're just burnt out from so much wrestling over the weekend. The NXT special followed by the 4-hour SummerSlam was enough WWE for some reason. I can kind of give an explanation on this, and this is just for me. Raw sucks the past few weeks. Now, SummerSlam is above average. The problem that we have here now currently in WWE is that you have a situation where fans will now only watch the pay-per-view or the Raw before. They won't watch the Raw after because in their mentality they say, same old shit, whatever. Also, I'm hearing from fans that majority of them don't want to see a Brock Lesnar Undertaker feud. They're getting sick of it. They want to see Sting versus The Undertaker. This is what people were looking forward to. Now, Sting competing for the championship, it will boost the ratings up, I think, a little bit. The only problem is the children, C-Nation. The children! The problem is with them is that you have an instance where these kids don't know who Sting is. And, well, obviously I like to think it's the main event, but these kids might not be invested. So like I said, maybe WWE needs to do more PR for Sting to get kids invested in Sting. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, but the Raw has sucked the past few weeks. Viewership, people were kind of getting sick of it. Also, fans were burnt out. I'm a wrestling fan, but even I felt myself that it was a little bit too much. I think 4 hours of SummerSlam was a little bit too much in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. I think some of the wrestling matches were filler. And fans have universally said that they agree. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think of on SummerSlam? What did you think of Raw? Are you disappointed in the viewership dropping? Do you think WWE will up their game? And guys, will you be checking out SmackDown? Guys, this is General Jerry on the General Jerry channel. Signing out.